Hey guys, sorry I've been gone for a bit, went back to school and I've been kind of busy, and I've also been waiting for some stuff to come in for this review I'm going to do for you. Well, it's not really much of a review because everything I'm going to show you here is pretty awesome, so any one of these will serve your purpose, but this is going to be basically a video covering the major types of AK74 mags out there. I've got the most common and a couple of slightly uncommon, maybe slightly rare mags here. And I'm going to try and cover them in as much detail as you can. And I'd say these are one from best to not so best, but that's kind of a lie. All the ones I got on the table are all good magazines. All of them work really well. There's just some that people really like compared to others. But even the people who really are adamant about one being the best admit that they work just as well as another one. So I'm going to jump right in and we'll show you what kind are available out there. At the moment, some 74 mags are harder to find than others. Some of them are really hard to find. So when I get to that particular mag, I'll talk about that and maybe a little bit as to why that is. And I'll show you some of the differences between different types from different countries. What I got here on the table is Russian, Bulgarian, Polish, East German, and I got another Polish down here, and we'll get to that on the end. But I'll go through the major ones you'll find and tell you the differences, and maybe it'll help you guys out picking out what kind you got. Well, let's get started. Alright, the first one you see before you are the ones most people really like. These are Russian Plum mags. They have like a reddish brownish color, so they're Plum. They also come in a flat black and kind of like a semi-gloss black. But most people who want the Russian mags, this is what they really want. So talking about, you can tell it's a Russian mag because of the, come on camera, the Arsenal, let me get this thing to focus, marking right here. There you go. My Russian's pretty bad, but I think this is Ishmash Arsenal. It's got the triangle with the arrow through it. Now if you've got a Romanian AK, you'll have a similar marking, but the arrow doesn't quite go all the way through. It's just the tip of the arrow. It looks pretty similar, but this is the real Russian magazines. So they come in a plum color, a black color, and it was like two different black colors. Most people really like these. They're real popular. They're OEM on a couple of different guns out there, but you can't really go wrong with these. Everybody likes them. Right now, these are actually some of the easiest to find. I think What a Country has ones like this for 19 for in good condition and 29 for like unissued. That's circa January 2012. So prices are going to change, but these are really well liked by everybody. As far as I remember, the followers on them all look the same. The floor plates are all the same. They're covered in a matte black color, and the design for them is all the same. And they'll all have mold numbers. This is 44, I think this is 26. And where am I at? Yeah. So, like I said, these are really well liked, and you can't really go wrong with these, and nearly that's everybody's first choice. The second choice, and probably the most common for most people, are the Bulgarian mags. These come in a whole bunch of different colors, and these are also OEM equipment on several different AKs. Arsenals come with them. Some of the Century models come with them. The only companies I know that don't come with these are the Waffenwerks AKs, which are really awesome AKs, and some of the Tennessee Arms guns don't come with these. But anyway, there's our Bulgarian. They'll usually have an Arsenal mark. This one doesn't have it because the black one I have that does have it's right down here. It's a circle and a 10. If you look at my AK74 video, you'll see it. There's also Circle 21. I think this is Circle 10. Yeah, there you go. Look like that. There's Circle 10, Circle 21, and Circle 25. They come in, like I said, several different colors. The most common is going to be the black, and what used to be really common was three basically different color browns. There was a regular brown like this. There was what they call a saddle tan, and then a fire brick red. Recently, those are almost impossible to find. I had to scour the entire internet to find one brown AK74 mag, and I paid 29 bucks for it, and normally you get those things for 10 a piece. So if anybody knows of anyone who's actually got some in stock, especially in the other two colors, let me know. I have actually emailed Centerfire Systems because 4 or 5 months ago, you can find these things. You can find a pouch of 4 of these for 59 bucks with the pouch. Now nobody's got any. They're out. AIM Surplus is out. So I talked to AIM Surplus, and basically most of the people who import these get them through one supplier, and that supplier is out. It's not that they're going to stop making them. There's plenty of them. Arsenal still produces them in Bulgaria, but everybody's run out, and apparently it's like a seasonal item. So they should be back in sometime. So if you're waiting for them to come back in, they'll be there. But these are the most common. There's also a 45 round magazine that has a waffle pattern on it. This is a Circle 10 7.62 mag, and basically the 45 version looks just like this with the waffle pattern, and obviously holds 45 rounds. I believe there are these in that waffle pattern that are OEM for older Arsenal guns. They work just as fine. They're made in the same factory. Some people like the waffle pattern better. So they're out there if you should see them. Like I said, the most common colors you can find black is the 3 different tans. This is an OD green. I just got this one today. This is OD green and plum were made specifically by Arsenal for the U.S. guns. They're not made for any of the military guns. These were actually made for former Black militaries, and these were made specifically for importation to the U.S. are the OD green ones and the plum. So it gives you more varieties of colors. I've seen some other ones. I wish I had a picture of it, saw one of these in white. I've seen also the 7.62 mags in white. I don't know why you want a white mag. Maybe if you're in Finland or something and it's cold, it'll come in handy. But there are out there, and there's a whole bunch of different colors. But those are the major ones. Alright, let me clear some of this out of the way for you. These are the Polish mags. They look almost identical to the Bulgarian mags, and they function just as well. I've had one person say the Polish mags were crap, and I asked that person, well, what don't you like about them? And I never heard back from them again. Everybody else says that these are a really cheap alternative to the Bulgarian mags. They're made exactly the same way. They do feel a little different. They feel, it's hard to describe, more plasticky, I guess is the word I'm looking for. If you pick one up, you'll notice they just have more of a plastic feel, where this is more like a more, I don't know, it's really hard to describe. This feels a little more like a fiberglass, and this feels more like a plastic, but they both have the metal reinforcements points here. They both have the metal feed lips. They both have the metal tabs up front. They both have really nice floor plates. The floor plates are a matte black, just like the Bulgarian ones are. Like I said, these work really well. These don't have Arsenal markings on them, and a lot of the Bulgarians don't either. One of the ways you can tell that it's a Polish mag is if I can get my camera to focus. Sorry guys, give me a second here. And I don't know if it's gonna cooperate with me. There you go. Right here, right here is a diamond indentation, and that means it's a Polish Radom magazine. There's 2 types of these. They're all black as far as I've seen. There's these type, which are the older, and the newer ones actually say 545 by 39 here at the top, so they're really easy to identify. As far as I know, these work just as good as the Bulgarian mags. Everybody says, like I said, they're a cheap alternative to the Bulgarians. These are still pretty easy to find, and they're pretty cheap, about $17, but you really only get black and more black. You don't really get a lot of choices in colors. But definitely, if you gotta have AK74 mags, and you're like most people, and you don't want to spend a retarded amount of money, I got these off Apex for $15 or $17, one of the two, and they have a ton in stock, and these are pretty much found everywhere. I actually ordered from a site that said it had Bulgarian, and they sent me one of these, but, you know, it was fine. It was fine for me. These are probably, the next 2 are probably the ones most people really like. These are East German Bakelite magazines. There are also Russian Bakelite magazines, but they're pretty hard to find, so most people go with the East Germans. These are very nice. They're high quality. Bakelite really feels really smooth, and it feels a lot different than the polymer magazines do, and it's more of a fiberglass resin compound, but you'll see they'll be in this unique kind of orange color. This is the first generation of the basically the artificial man-made material, not steel magazines came with this color. And you see in the conflicts in Afghanistan during the Soviet-Afghan War, this is probably the magazine you're going to see in the Soviet rifles. You see between these two, they actually have, I'm trying to get you in the light here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to lighten the camera. You can see just the tab. Yeah, you kind of see it. They've got 2 different kind of followers. This one has a follower that kind of slopes down and in, and this one's flat. Actually, the flat one is the newer between the two. All the Arsenal ones, including that brand new OD green one over there, have this flat follower in them. This one's also a gloss on the inside, and this one's also a matte. But if you notice, the floor plates on these are a gloss black. Of all the ones I have, these are the only ones that actually have a glossy finish on them. I believe these are unissued, so they're in great shape. These used to be, believe it or not, $3 a piece back in the day, and they are OEM equipment for several manufacturers because everybody really likes them. I mean, these are just they're just a cool color. Tapco even makes a 74 mag that's a copy of these. It's obviously not Bakelite and it's not as good, but they like the coloration because it's real popular. So these are great. Anything East German is usually high quality because I mean if it's Kami, it's still German. Germans make good, good equipment. So these are really good. You can pick them up. There are pricing. Like I said, they used to be $3 a piece. I got 2 of these from Atlantic Firearms, I believe, for $39. I've seen them go for $59 a piece. So they're not rare by any means. There's a ton of them out there, but most people who have them don't want to sell them. So if you find these, they're really good. They look cool. Everybody likes them. They look great if you've got a 74 with wood finish on them especially. They'll look really awesome. Now these also, if you want the Bakelite material, this is an East German mag, and I believe it's also Bakelite since it's leaking through, but these have been painted. I believe that Poland imported some of these for their Tantal rifles, or Tonal, however you say it, and they basically spray paint them black to match their production magazines, which is right here. Obviously, the paint's going to wear off, but they're still a Bakelite material. I don't know, they look kind of cool with that orange color, but as far as I can tell, these are the exact same magazines. You can get these off Apex for a little cheaper for $25. I suppose if you wanted to get some stripper and take the black paint off of it, that would work. I mean, I probably will eventually. I really like this Bakelite mags, but you can still find these on Apex, and there's a couple other sites that have these. Now, if you're one of those people who really, really just hates plastic, refuses to use it on your gun, this is another option. This is off a Polish channel. These are Polish steel magazines. They're just as tough as the 47 mags. They're made exactly the same way, just for 5.45. You can see this one's, obviously been used, but in good shape. These are Polish. There's also some Romanian ones, and I'll try to put a picture in here, but they've got basically some spot welds and different stamping up here, and that's how you tell the difference. I would imagine the Romanian ones are any worse or better than the Polish ones. I mean, it's a big steel mag, and people use the Romanian steel mags all the time without any problems. But if you really just don't want to have any plastic and you want wood and steel, some people are like that. They've got a steel follower on them. They're bulletproof. They're really tough, and they'll work great. And these are probably the cheapest. I think this is 15 or 17 I got from Apex. They're made for the Tonal, but these will work in any one of these, and especially these will work in any gun that fires 5.45. So I think that's about it. That should give you cover. There's 2 mags here you didn't see that I have had and I do not have anymore, and that would be the Pro mags and the Tapco mags. I do not like Pro mags. I've had problems with Pro mags. I've had them not feed properly. They feel really cheap. It's interesting that the Pro mags try to style off the waffle pattern for their 74 mags. But when you feel them, they'll really feel like plastic. They'll feel just like children's toy plastic. They seem to feed okay sometimes. Other times, it depends on the mag. If you want, I think they make like a 50 round or like a 70 round and stuff like that. For a novelty, it would be fun. I wouldn't trust my life on them, and I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't see wasting money on something you can't trust. So those are pretty good. Tapco are pretty bad actually. These are really good. Like I said, all these are really good. Tapco also makes some, and I don't know, Tapco, anybody in the gun community has heard of Tapco. They're hit or miss. They make great AK triggers. I'm sure there's something else out there people make. I mean, the AR mags work okay, but their AK mags, they don't have, the same with the Pro mag, they don't have the metal tabs inside of them for the extra strength or rigidity, and the feed lips aren't as good. And I don't know, if you just can't find them, any of these mags, and you want something cheap, the Tapco mags will probably work okay. They're also OEM on the Waffen Works gun, the Tennessee Arms guns, and a couple other ones. Use them as a factory standard magazine. I've used the standard 47 ones in mine. They feed fine. I've never had a problem with them jamming, but they're just not as well built as these polymer imported old con block magazines. So that's pretty much it. I've got some pictures I'll try to insert in here and show you guys some differences, so I hope that helped. But like I was saying, this is Russian Plum, Bulgarian with multiple colors, Polish, East German, more East German, and then the Polish steel. And those are the most common 74 mags you'll find. You guys can let me know if you got any questions. As I said, all of them I have here have all functioned flawlessly, no problems. They're all well built. Everybody likes them. Some say this, they like the Russian more than the Bulgarian, they like the Polish more than the Russian, blah, 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 or the East German, you know. But as far as I know, everybody goes, oh no, there's nothing wrong with the such and such mags. They work good. I just prefer them for cosmetic features. So, you know, you can't go wrong with any of them. If you're asking me a personal favorite, I really like the Bakelite. I just think they look cool. I mean, I would imagine walking through Afghanistan, this sticks out like a sore thumb with that, you know, orange color on them. As far as, you know, what I buy the most of, I usually go the Russian Plum because they're available right now. And when the Bulgarians come back in stock, I'll probably buy a bunch of different color ones of those. So far I'm up to, I think, 11 of these. I'll buy more in the future. So anyway, guys, I hope that helped. Hope it gave you some information. If there's something I forgot, I'll annotate it or I'll make another video. But I guess that's about it. See you later.